How's it going? My name is Chris, and welcome back to the F1 25 My Team mode. And today we're going to the Las Vegas Grand Prix, our final home race of the season for the team at least. And it is also the first race to kick off the last three races of the season, which is today's race in Vegas, then Qatar, then Abu Dhabi, to finally end off season one. I know I'm finally ended off season one. Crazy, I know. But last time out in Brazil, it went pretty well, I'd say. In the sprints, we were running pretty well, and rain hit towards the middle part of the race, so we all kind of jumped in and put on intermediate tires, and we actually were able to gain quite a bit out of it, as we were able to get ourselves up from, I think it was P5 or P6 from where we were before, up into the podium position with Nikola Tsolov in P3, and we managed to hold off, funnily enough, Yuki Tsunoda to take P3 in the sprint race in Brazil. And then in the main race in Brazil, we ended up qualifying really well inside the top 10, and we were able to hold position, I believe in, I think it was P7 or 8, and we were running really well. And then strategy kind of came into play or whatever. Not even just strategy, but the rain coming down started to lighten up because it was an all-rain race in Brazil last time out. So it went from heavy rain to light rain. We jumped on the intermediates pretty early on, and then we rode it out until I'd say lap 21. But in the meantime, as we were riding it out, we were actually getting used to the track on the intermediates and also just having a blast, really. We were able to slice and dice our way through the field, even catching Lewis Hamilton at one point and having a really good battle with him for the lead, which we would eventually take the lead. We wouldn't hold it on for long, though, as we ended up coming into the pits to make a pit stop. So that is what ended up happening there. And when we came into the pits, we came out solidly inside the top 10. We were behind, funnily enough, Verstappen and Leclerc, but after passing them, we kind of just kept running down more people because we had the fresher tires and everybody else's tires were very old. So there really wasn't a whole lot to really go off of or get really excited for, because everybody was just kind of off doing their own thing, and everybody waited to pit to the last second. And strategy towards the end got really interesting because everybody did eventually come in, but it was like close to the end of the race, and by that point the rain was starting to ease off even more, to the point where it stopped raining. And we told Marc about 4 or 5 different times in the final 5 laps that we were not going to come in and put on hard tires, and we were going to finish the race on intermediates because the track was still wet. And my point was further proven by Esteban Ocon passing Yuki Tsunoda and even gapping Yuki Tsunoda. And let me just remind you, Ocon was on intermediates and Tsunoda was on hards. Everybody else in the field were also on hards. So we made the right call. Me and Ocon made the right call. And in turn, we ended up grabbing Nikola Tsolov's 3rd career win in the first race that we didn't get a 2nd place finish to make it 4 2nd places in a row. Mainly the rain helped out with that. So that's really all I could say that helped us out, was the fact that the rain didn't make it difficult to win that race. It was actually a lot of fun. I'll take it. But coming out of Brazil, Max Verstappen still leads the points. However, it has shrunk a little bit because he did lose 5 points to Charles Leclerc coming out of the sprint race weekend in not Vegas, in Brazil. So Leclerc is just a little bit over a race behind. He's almost 2 races behind, but because of the 5 points he gained, he was able to stay within about a race and a half, I'd say. You got Lewis Hamilton 3rd, Lando Norris in 4th, George Russell 5th, Oscar Piastri in 6th, Yuki Tsunoda in 7th, Nikola Tsolov P8, Joshua Durksen P9, and Kimi Antonelli in P10. You had Carlos Sainz in 11th, Fernando Alonso in 12th, Esteban Ocon, who got his first podium of the season and his first podium for Haas, in 13th, Albon 14th, Gasly 15th, Hulkenberg 16th, Behrman 17th, Bortoletto 18th, Duhan 19th, and still with 3 races remaining and 1 sprint race weekend left, it is still Lance Stroll, Isaac Hadjar, and Liam Lawson without a single point scored. Then over on the constructor side of things, Ferrari leads by now 80 points ahead of Red Bull heading into the final 3 races of the season. And you got McLaren in 3rd, Mercedes a distant 4th, Ourselves P5, only 94 back from them. I don't think we'll be able to pass them by season's end, but it would be pretty cool if we did. You got Williams at 6th, Aston Martin 7th, Haas in 8th, Alpine 9th, the Kicksaubers in 10th, and VCarb still without any points. The fact that 1st through 10th in the constructors have either double or triple digit points, and VCarb still has 0 points, is pretty damn sad. It just really is. So hopefully they'll be able to bounce back in some way. I think it'd be pretty cool if they did, and it would kind of help them out quite a bit, in all honesty. But yeah, over here on the development side of things, the front wing end plates, one of the front wing end plates failed. The other one got completed, so it is on one of the cars, which is going to be on Durksen's car. This will come in though, so it will be put on Tsolov's car, so there won't be any like different aerodynamics for either car. They'll both have the same aerodynamics because this will come in before Vegas. Chassis, the plank and engine cover, we are still waiting on that to be what's the word, adapted. There we go, for next season. Powertrain, the piston should be adapted, and so should the rotor speeds. So that means after, I think, Vegas, the rotor speeds are going to come in, and then we'll be able to do spark plugs and cylinder heads. Then durability, we still have the control electronics going on both of these. And then aerodynamics, we're pretty much just going to do the DRS maximum slot gap, so we can, you know, utilize our DRS a little bit more, which would be really, really nice. So yeah, if we head to a sign upgrade, Tsolov and Durksen both have, or rather no, Durksen has the front wing end plates upgrade. Tsolov does not, but on the vehicle performance comparison, we're actually ahead of Kick-Sauber, which is actually interesting, or not interesting, but it is nice to be ahead of a team and not to be last in the vehicle performance comparison for a change. I'm kind of thinking after Vegas we will be ahead of VCarb, or maybe VCarb will just power straight past us. Who the fuck knows at this point? But Red Bull's lead at the top is kind of shrinking, as a matter of fact, and that's kind of something that I don't want to kind of gloss over. But I think if we go to progress history, I mean, it's minuscule, but it's not like anything too crazy or anything like that. So they're still ahead by a lot, but the gap is slowly closing between the two, and I think it's because of the regulation changes that are coming in. So that is one of the things to kind of keep an eye on. But if you guys may have seen in the assign upgrades thing, you guys would have seen that my drivers actually have different fire suits for today's race in Vegas. And not only has the fire suit changed for today's race, but also the car has another new livery. And this is the special livery we're going to be running for today's race here at Vegas. It is another Sarin car, or Sarin livery that you can get. Unfortunately, this isn't one that you can get within the game. I think it came with either the podium pass or I had to buy it. But I use, if I had to buy it, I use some, you know, pit coins or whatever to get this scheme, or to get this livery. Not a whole lot has really changed on it. I've made it look as poppy as I possibly could. Hopefully the chrome will kind of pop out a little bit more when we go around Vegas, because it will be nighttime. And also, if you look at the front wing, we now have the new Sarin logos, which we're actually gonna, if we finish well in this race, we're gonna get yet another Sarin logo. So that'll be pretty cool. But I think that Sarin right there, we will keep on the front of the car, and we'll put it on the side of the car. And I think there might be another place I want to put Sarin at, so we can put, you know, another version of Sarin somewhere. It might be at the back, maybe at the front. Who knows anymore? We are close to fan rating level 4, so it is definitely possible that we can get that. But this is the new livery that we're going to be running with for today. The red and the silver are obviously chromed, or metallic, excuse me, out. The blue is glossy, so that is the reason why the blue is popping more. But I like it when the blue pops a lot on these special liveries, because it adds a little bit more to the fact that the blue is, you know, it's there and it's not hidden per se. So yeah, but both the livery and the fire suits have gotten a change for today. And to be honest with you, that is it is a really cool look. Right here, the silver or the metallic pops out, and then boom, there's a livery, or the fire suits as well. I definitely was able to get more of the silver look for this other Sarin for the Sarin fire suit, so I was able to get the silver more on this than I could on the other one. So it sucks for the other one, but hey, it works either way. That's all that matters to me. But yeah, and yeah, we're close to fan rating level 4. I don't know if we'll hit it after Vegas. If not, we probably will hit it after Qatar. I would like to hit it after Vegas, which means I would like to win with Durksen, which I'm still hoping to do. It's what I want to do. So hopefully, if it's not in this race, Abu Dhabi, but I really want it to be this race just because I think it'd be pretty fucking awesome if it could. And I think Josh actually finished second, if I'm not mistaken, at Coda. I think we played as Josh at Coda, right? No, we played as Tsolov at Coda. Okay, and Josh had Miami, so that didn't go too well, but that was also early in the season, so we're not as, you know, podium contender, you know, levels then like we are now, so we figured that out. We figured that out quite easily. So this should go hopefully pretty well. A lot of high hopes for this track. This track has grown on me a little bit, so still don't think there's really a need for 3 U.S. Grand Prix in a season, but whatever floats their boat, I guess, for Formula 1 and the FIA, I guess. But I already got the activities all laid out. Let's go ahead and advance through time. So we should be able to get everything. We also have facility improvements as well that should be coming in as well, like the engineering facility improvements. Got some activities completed, like the victory celebration, podium celebration, owner training. We got that.
Chief, I must remind you that we have parts fully researched that are waiting for development.
So here for the engineering, quality of life improvements for durability, that did come in, so that is good. I like the fact that we got that. See if I think it was research that failed. Okay, the rear wing upper flap came in. The 4 floor fences did not come in, unfortunately. So those will have to wait another round. Development, I don't think anything failed. Oh, well, okay, so the parts did get adapted, so they get adapted no matter what. So adapt these. It'll come in after Vegas. This one should also come in after Vegas, yep. And then if we head to powertrain, we should be able to do spark plugs, yep. So we'll be able to do that. And then these two will be able to come in after Vegas as well. Cylinder heads, stators, and ECU will be able to do after the fact as well. We don't have to really worry about those, which is fine. Advancing time even more, got more improvements and stuff like that. The front wing end plate for the other car came in as well. So now both cars have them. But for engineering, there it is, research expansion level 1 now. So that's perfect. I like that. And then yeah, development, front wing end plates came in. So let's do the DRS maximum slot gap because I did say I want to do that. This should come in after before Abu Dhabi, I should say, not after, but before. Also don't like how there's back to back races. I feel like they should kind of move that a little bit. Going from the States all the way to Qatar, then go to, back-to-back races in Qatar and Abu Dhabi, sure, but from the States to Qatar, not too sure about that, but whatever. I'm not the FIA, I don't make the rules, what the fuck ever. So now I think, what else came in? Okay, so the pistons are good. We do have an opportunity to research something else. I'm just not too sure what I would want to research. It would definitely have to be something aerodynamics related. So I'm gonna have to just wait out on that. We'll just wait for more resource points at that rate. And then facility improvements, head over here. Oh yeah, personnel got something, so we'll head over here. Because it got the internal comms team. So that's perfect. And I think did our corporate get anything? No. But they should be getting stuff in. Yeah, I mean, literally the outreach group comes in after the race, so keep that in mind. We'll wait to do all this sort of stuff after the race, so because we got to go to Vegas. We got to put all our chips on black and hope and pray to God that it works. But let's go ahead and jump into the race weekend. And since we played as Tsolov last time, we're gonna play as Joshua Durksen this time. God, the fire suits are just beautiful. I don't know what it is. The blue is more at the bottom because at the top it's more just silver and red, but it's fine. So we play as Joshua Durksen today, and with that, I'm gonna go on ahead, hop of the race weekend, do practice and qualifying, and I'll meet all of you guys in the race.
Welcome along to Las Vegas. Saturday night's all right for driving. Well, it is here tonight as F1 takes over the entire city and the Formula One circus comes to town. Well, tonight we go racing around the bright lights of Las Vegas, 3.8 miles under the Nevada night sky and thousands of neon lights. There are landmarks everywhere you look, punctuating the 17 corners and 2 DRS zones. It's time to see how our drivers are stacking up after yesterday's exciting qualifying session. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Tsunoda, Albon, Max Verstappen, and Durksen, Antonelli, Fernando Alonso, Hamilton, and Nico Hülkenberg, Doohan, Piastri, Ollie Behrman, and Gasly, Tsolov, Stroll, Carlos Sainz, and Esteban Ocon, Norris, Bortoletto, Lawson, and Isaac Hadjar rounds off the grid. It's almost time for the lights to go out, so let's head down to the track where preparations are underway. And striding into our commentary box to join us today, the man, the myth, the legend, Anthony Davidson. Quitting while you're ahead, not spending too much on the slot machines and trying to get some decent sleep. That's my main 3 challenges here in Las Vegas, but what about the drivers?
Yeah, speaking about the on-track challenges, Crofty, enough about you and your challenge over the weekend. This track, you're on Monza downforce, don't forget. So every corner that comes your way, you've got way less grip than you're accustomed to in a Formula One car. So you've got to tread carefully, particularly around the higher speed content on the circuits.
All right, rolling off P6 for tonight's race. Qualifying went pretty well, as a matter of fact. We were the fastest in FP1. I normally run the first practice session. I'll run the other 2 just to kind of get everything out of the way. Research points wise, and any sort of discounts or whatever on parts and stuff like that. So had some high hopes going into qualifying, and Q1 we managed to put down a pretty good lap. I think I struggled throughout Sector 1 a little bit. I even tapped the wall at the end of Sector 1. But in Sectors 2 and 3, it was pretty simple. I mean, this track is like Austria, just longer, and it's got a lot of straights. And pretty much Sector 2 and 3 are like just straights, not really many corners. When we came across our finish line, I was a little bit worried we didn't get into Q2, but we did. We got 13th, which I was a little bit worried because Q1, P13 starting position, didn't really know what to think about it. And then we went into Q2. The car was fast. I mean, this car's been fast all week, but yeah, going through Q2, I think I tapped the wall coming out of the final corner towards the end of Sector 2, funnily enough. And I was still able to come across our finish line and put a lap down good enough to get us up into P2, which is the highest I think we've qualified so far, at least in a qualifying session. And we made it into Q3 pretty easily. And then Q3 had a pretty good run, I'd say. I feel like I kind of slowed down a little bit too much for certain corners, but just kind of muscle memory kicking in of, you know, what I did at practice initially. So in turn, it made the lap slower. When we came across our finish line, we got P6, and that is where we are starting today. It did say that we have a penalty, and that's mainly because I had to change out my turbocharger and put a brand new one in because I didn't have any extras. Problem is, though, is that I needed to take some grip penalties, but funnily enough, I didn't take any grip penalties because I'm still P6, and I'm guessing because everybody else around me took grip penalties is why. Because that would explain why I'm still P6, but it would also explain why Albon, I think, is ahead of us, because I think he qualified behind us, but he's ahead of us now, and Max is just right there to our right, so that may be the reasoning, who knows, but yeah, shocking I didn't lose any more positions, even though I thought I would have, because I had to get a new part that wasn't on the allocated amount that you have within the season, so kind of questioning that, but I'll rock with it. But take a look at the race strategy for today. So it seems like it's going to be a medium to hard kind of strategy. If for some reason the personalized, because of the race strategy that we do in practice, wants us to do a 2-stopper. I really don't like the 2-stopper. To be honest with you, it might be better especially towards the end of the race, I think, because if I'm not mistaken, if I can't even see the softs. Okay, yeah, the softs you can pretty much, like, what? You can, if a safety car were to come out, the latest you can go is like 5 laps on it. There won't even really be a point. So it's going to be like the hard, medium kind of strategy that we're going to be going with today. I mean, it's going to be reversed, but it's going to be medium to hard. 11 laps on the mediums, 14 on the hards. Shouldn't be too bad. Because like I said, this track is mainly just pure straights. And, yeah, there's not really much else added to Las Vegas other than the scenery, I guess you could say. But that's literally about it. Welcome to Vegas, apparently. At least in F1. So, yeah, without further ado, let's go on ahead and jump into this race. And let us see what we can do under the lights in our final home race of Season 1 here at Las Vegas. Will we win? Or will we lose all our chips? Who knows? We'll probably end up like David Croft, who gambles all of his money away, which you should never do. But if you want to, I'm not going to stop you because that's your decision. Anywho, let's go. Yeah, funnily enough, in qualifying, Max Verstappen was not the fastest driver in qualifying, or at the end of Q3 rather. So it was actually Charles Leclerc that was. So kind of a shock, I guess you could say, but it was bound to happen at some point that Max wasn't going to win the pole at some point towards the end of the season because, well, now he's P5. And I also forgot to mess around with the fuel, but I hope that the fuel that I have currently, or that I have by default, is fine. I think it will be fine. I just forgot to put some more fuel in. I am a little bit tired. I just want everyone to know. It is late at night as I'm recording this. It's almost like 2 in the morning, so bear with me. Please bear with me if I stutter on my words like I just kind of did right there, actually. So bear with me, but we're going to try to get through today's race, or tonight's race, rather. And we're just going to see what we can do, because this might be another Max Verstappen win, or we might have a shot with Durksen. Who knows? Holy fucking turn 1, Jesus Christ. That was a beautiful launch. Now we're just fucking gone at this point. Jesus Christ, this thing's got some life in it. Holy. This is without DRS too. Oh my god. Smack the wall a little bit. Should be alright though. And that's lap 1.
DRS now enabled. DRS enabled.
Holy shit. Yeah, I know on the start I kind of knocked up Charles to the outside, or when I was diving into the corner, and I do feel bad for that. My fault to Charles. It's gonna be a 3-man battle going on for fucking P2 between the 2 Red Bulls and Russell, at least sometime soon. They are really going at it back there. My fucking god. That's a new fast lap, and I just tapped the wall. It's okay, though. There's just positions changing all around me all around behind me. Keep looking at the top left or whatever, that DRS straight. It's actually insane. Damn, Max actually fell off Yuki. That is actually insane. I'm actually pulling away from Yuki on the straight. That is insane, the power that we have now in this fucking thing. Just goes to show how much more better our car is compared to earlier in the year. It is like lightning fast.
No tyre concerns at the moment, just focus on the driving.
I'm doing a pretty damn good job, in my opinion. Okay, just look, just this main straight, man. I just gain all the time that I lose off of Sonoda. Going down, like right before the straight or whatever, I gain it all right back. It is actually insane. Keep it up to I've kept it between 4 seconds to, well, 4.5 right there, actually. Or it's mainly 4.4, not 4.5. 4.5, I think it's like the first time I've seen it be at that point. But yeah, when I say this track's just mainly straights and we can get away with, you know, our power, I mean that. Aerodynamics probably help with that. They help with this too. Which is nice. Don't get me wrong. Yeah, this section right here. This shit took me a while to get down. Apparently that bollard's gone. Did I knock that down or did someone else knock that down? I don't think I knocked it down. I may have though. I would not put it past me if I did actually knock it down. Because I have knocked down like probably 1,000 bollards from F1 2020 to now, so I wouldn't be surprised if that was another one. Bruh.
Okay, caution,
oh my
caution.
fucking lord.
Virtual safety car is out. Reduce speed and maintain a positive delta on your dash.
I thought about pitting right there, I'm gonna be honest with you. I so fucking thought about it. I thought about pitting. No one else I don't think did though, so that's good. Also, why am I able to be, yeah, I was about to say, why am I 6 seconds ahead of fucking Yuki now?
Too low and we're going to risk a penalty. Slow your pace immediately. Okay, VSC ending. We're going green. Maintain positive delta until the green flags.
I think I gained time on Yuki that I wasn't supposed to gain.
Okay, clear.
There we go, now it's back to normal. For some reason I was like 6 seconds ahead of Yuki. I was like, that's not right. But you know, for the second week in a row, Lance Stroll just... Games doesn't like Lance Stroll, apparently. Oh, well, that makes perfect sense. He's right there on the right side of the fucking track. Why? Okay. Guess we'll see you in the next race in Qatar. Not like you like Qatar anyways, because... I swear to God, Qatar is like... Stroll's biggest nightmare. Which is fucking hilarious to say. But it's also true. Yeah, well, to be honest with you, even though the mediums are like slowly kind of going away, they're not bad enough to where I can't drive the thing. I mean, at certain points it is, but not everywhere. That is probably the most I think it has pushed through that fucking corner all race long, which is not good. But that just at least tells me that my tires are slowly starting to go away, which is fine. I'll take it. Then that gives me a better indication of what to look out for as these last couple of laps wind down. For our pit stop.
We're going to box this lap and push hard on the in-lap.
Alright, it's about that time that we're going to come in or need to come into pit rather. which this will be the lap that we are going to do it, so it'll be nice. So that means we can fit on the hards, and legit, we just need to go 3 extra laps on the hard tires compared to the mediums all the way to the end. And the first win for Joshua Durksen could be possible, but I don't want to jinx it. The tire indicator just popped up on there on the right side of the screen. But yeah, I don't want to jinx it, don't want to say nothing. But what I will say is, we're in good position. The wall, damn. Fucking lock up the fucking tires. Use every last little bit of this car I got left. While also still maintaining a pole away from the 2 Red Bulls behind. Because Red Bulls pretty much dominated this track for, you know, the past however many years. Maybe besides 24, but you know. Alright. Coming into pit. Nice. And Yuki stays out, okay. Max is in, Russell's in, we're in. Nice.
Okay, off we go.
Beautiful.
Back into the race. Perfect
Beautiful
job
fucking
from you
stuff.
and the crew there, mate. We're delighted with that. Look after these tyres now. We want to finish the race on this compound.
You beautiful motherfuckers, brother. You beautiful sons of bitches. Woohoo! That was a beautiful stop. Beautiful. Now, we just got to catch Yuki. I mean, we don't even have to catch him. We just got to wait for him to come down pit road. But his hard's on, or whatever tire he's going to go on next, or on to next, which is going to be hards. And we're just going to go all the way to the end at this rate. Have Verstappen get stuck behind Antonelli and Hamilton for a little bit. I was going to say Yuki's definitely coming in, so Yuki's in. Max is still stuck behind Antonelli and Hamilton. Or retake the lead. Kimi and Hamilton did come in, so there you have it. Max takes P2 from Yuki.
Tyre condition still looking good.
And wow, Russell, I didn't gain any time on the Red Bulls, my god. Now our fight's gonna be Max. Of course it is. Teammate came in nice. The fastest lap.
That was the fastest lap of the race. Keep this up. Well done.
135 flat. Damn, Verstappen went 300ths faster than I did. What the hell? 300ths. That is the difference between me and Max. For fastest lap. That is insane. And then, well, Oscar comes in and he's just like, let me make that half a second. Let me make that 5/10 for y'all. Got 10 laps to go. The main thing I'm just trying to do at this point is just try to follow the line that I normally take, but also try to see if I can maybe gain some more time out of doing whatever the hell I'm doing without trying to like force the issue. That's like my main problem, or my main goal. Just keep doing what you're doing, but just don't overdo it, you know? So far, so good. Keeping it about almost 4 seconds ahead of Max. Everywhere besides this straight. Because the straight's where I get it up to 4 seconds. That's why I say that. So it kind of stays there the majority of the time. And then, yeah, this main straight, I get to keep it at almost 12,000 RPM, and I slowly gain time on Max. just because I think he uses up all of his battery, like right before he hits the midway point of the fucking straightaway. So I kind of gained my time back on him. Which is nice, don't get me wrong. I'm not even trying to go for fast lap anymore. I'm just trying to fucking perfect the fucking corners. And whatever I can't gain out of the corners, gain it on the straights.
No need to worry about the tyre condition for now. Everything's looking good.
I mean, tires look good. Rears are in the 20s. The right rear is almost in the 30s, so... Gonna be really nothing to worry about. I'll be fine. I'll be alright. We're coming down to the final 6 laps. Just gonna keep doing what I've been doing this entire time. Keep it ahead of Max. And we will be fucking golden. Got 5 laps to go in the Las Vegas Grand Prix. Kind of pulled away from Max a little bit on that straight. Messed up that turn 2 right there, the sweeping right-hander of turn 2, so he'll gain a little bit on me. Up here though, it's kind of a tricky spot for me. Not that time though. That time actually worked. Hello, face. Fucking sphere just up there, just like, oh my gosh, it's happening. Don't say nothing yet though. Don't say nothing yet. We got 5 more laps of this shit. Anything can happen. Anything is possible. Anything can go wrong. Anything and everything can go wrong. Let's just be honest. You literally hit a curve wrong and fly off like the Singapore sling chicane and fucking eat shit into the wall, so it's not jump to conclusions quite yet, right? Let's not do that. I know Max is not it's kind of falling off a little bit. His title rival Charles Leclerc, on the other hand, don't know where he's at. Max is going to gain quite a big chunk of points on Charles, depending on where Charles finishes at it today. I can't believe I saved it through there. Jesus Christ. Whew. That was scary. 3 to go. The gap is 4.6. Thank God I didn't mess up that corner. Didn't mess it up this time like I did the last time, where I kind of slid coming out of turn 1 and then transitioned into turn 2, so I've been kind of running at my own pace, you know. It's really all I can do, just run at my own pace. That's how I've gotten this far, let's be honest. Alright. Coming to the final lap. Second to last trip down the Las Vegas Strip. We're about to make team history and history in general. Coming around for the white flag one more time here in Vegas.
Started the final lap of the race. Final lap.
Rears are not liking me right now, let me tell you. It's trying everything it possibly fucking can, really, to make this win not happen. Oof. No, I haven't really said much in this episode, which, my apologies. There's not really a whole lot to say. When you're running first place and you're kind of sleep deprived, essentially. And again, what can you say with all that going on, you know? But then again, it's like this, like I said, this track, it's mainly just straights. So there's not really a whole lot to like mention or anything like that about this track. No little like fun histories. Not really a whole lot of anything, which is it's sad to say, but it's kind of true as well. But hey, we just get through here one more final time. Then we'll make team history, and we're gonna do Joshua Durksen really good, and we have done it. Oh, putting all our chips on black worked very, very well for us because we just scored big in Vegas. Joshua Durksen, Formula One race winner. Fuck yeah!
Absolutely
Woo!
awesome. Just amazing, mate. Well done.
Fucking finally. Joshua Durksen is a Formula One race winner. Ugh. That feels so good to say. That feels so good to fucking say.
Flag and wins.
You always look back at a race like this and think, if I'd just made that mistake there or locked up here, there would have been contact. And every one of those overtakes is a moment where you have to absolutely nail it, perfect it, and that's exactly what they were able to do today. Great stuff indeed.
Well, I'm thoroughly exhausted after the excitement of that race, but I'm sure it's nothing compared to our drivers here. They've worked hard to make it up there, and it's great to see them make their way onto the podium now.
It feels so good to finally see Joshua Durksen's name right next to that first position. Editor, if you can zoom in on that, that makes me proud. Fucking finally, we got both PepsiCo Racing Incorporated cars on the top step of the podium in the same season. In our first season, we finally got both drivers a win. Tsolov has 3, but Durksen added his name to the list of winners. He's another first-time winner, and PepsiCo Racing just went back-to-back. Yes! One last time out in Brazil with Tsolov. We win it today here in Vegas with fucking Durksen. Back-to-back wins for PepsiCo Racing Incorporated. You know, we went 3 in a row for podiums, or at least 3 second-place finishes in a row before we ended up winning with Tsolov. Now we just went back-to-back, courtesy of Durksen. Maybe next time out in Qatar it'll be a third straight win? Probably not, but I have high hopes, so. And yeah, just the best lap times between me and Verstappen, like 3,000s was, or 300s, excuse me, was the difference between my fastest lap to his. It is insane how we both stayed within like 4 seconds of one another. Max just could not catch us. He just couldn't get us. And we walked away, or we just steamrolled our way to the win. And this will definitely guarantee that Durksen, I think, now hits 100 points. I think he's going to be at like 102 or 103 points, I think. So this is going to be nice. But we get the job done. Joshua Durksen, finally, Formula One race winner. Congratulations to Max, the P2. He was mainly our biggest competition all race long, but GG's to him. And George Russell, congratulations on the P3. Haven't seen Russell up on the podium in a minute. Yuki Tsunoda 4th. Alexander Albon with a really good P5 for Williams. Lewis Hamilton in 6th, Oscar Piastri in 7th, Lando Norris in 8th, Kimi Antonelli in 9th, and Esteban Ocon, P10. A point for Haas. Good job. You got Sainz at 11th, Behrman 12th, Gasly 13th, Leclerc 14th. Damn. He started first, and he fell down to 14th. I feel bad, because I think my contact with him on the front, or on the first lap, damaged his front wing, and I think that's why he fell all the way down. He just lost 18 points to Max, too. Oh no. Hulkenberg 15th, Bortoletto 16th, Duhan 17th, Hadjar 18th, Lawson 19th, then Fernando Alonso in 20th, Nikola Tsolov 21st, and Lance Stroll, the only DNF down there in 22nd. Ugh. I gotta look at the standings. If I keep looking at Durksen being first, I'm never gonna be able to get through the rest of this shit. Yep, I had a feeling for Durksen. He's now cracked the 100-point column. But now, heading into the final 2 races of the season, Max Verstappen still leads the point standings by now 55 ahead of Charles Leclerc going into Qatar. If Verstappen won this race, he would have won the championship because the max amount of points for Leclerc to not be in contention is 58. Because it's 2 main races, and then a sprint. So yeah, 58 points. He's 3 points in right now. So Leclerc has 3 points to, do something with it. He's got to gain, Max needs to just DNF in both the sprint and main race, and pretty much in Abu Dhabi in order for Leclerc to win the championship. But also, Leclerc needs to win the fucking race too, so good luck with that. Lewis Hamilton P3, Lando Norris in 4th, Russell's up to P5, or actually he is P5, he's been in P5 for a while. Oscar Piastri in 6th, Yuki Tsunoda 7th, Tsolov in 8th. There's ourselves, there's Durksen rather P9 in the 100-point column. Now the top 9 drivers are in the triple digits, which is I think a first actually now that I think about it. And then Kimi Antonelli is P10, 73 points. Carlos Sainz in 11th, Alonso in 12th, Albon 13th, Ocon 14th, Gasly in 15th, Hulkenberg 16th, Behrman 17th, Bortoletto in 18th, Duhan in 19th, Stroll, Hadjar, and Lawson 20th, 21st, and 22nd. Still without a point scored, now with 2 races remaining. Constructors wise though, Ferrari leads by 58 ahead of Red Bull heading into the final 2 races of the season. Then McLaren in 3rd, Mercedes in 4th, ourselves P5, comfortably in P5, Williams in 6th, they're almost at 100 points, which I think they're going to hit before season's end. Aston Martin in 7th, Haas in 8th, Alpine in 9th, Sauber's Sauber's in 10th, I almost just said Sauber's in 11th for some reason, but the Saubers are 10th, and the V-Carbs are in 11th, so yeah. Not good for the V-Carbs. They're about to end this season with no points. Considering the fact that they did really, really well IRL, I'm actually shocked by that. But yeah, that's a dub for Joshua Durksen. And it feels so good to finally fucking say that. Holy shit. Alright. Only 2,000 for Tsolov, but 16.5k for Durksen. Damn. I mean, probably the amount of times I probably smacked the wall in practice did it. The contact with Leclerc probably did it. Yeah. And I did watch the replay, and I did accidentally take off his left front end plate on his wing. So, my bad. Didn't mean to do that. So. Sucks for Leclerc because I didn't want to actually, damage his car. I was kind of hoping I could pass him without hitting him, and, well, didn't turn out to be that way, and I feel bad. But in turn, though, we ended up getting Durksen's first career win, so I'll take it. And, oh, we are so close to a fan rating level 4 and unlocking more shit, dude. Woohoo. Our sentiment, though, is still pretty high, so that's nice. And the sentiments are pretty much the same, so I'll take it. I will take it, but it pretty much after Qatar, we don't even need to win the race. As long as we get a good result, we'll get fan rating 4, without a doubt. Ooh. Reach new loyalty level. The secondary sponsor. A lot of facility improvements have been completed. And personnel facility. They've requested my attention. Righty. It's time to consider annual bonuses for employees. Bonuses boost motivation and help attract future talent. A large bonus could significantly improve team morale. What should we do? Generous bonus. The engineering team deserves a significant bonus for all their hard work, which is 75,000. 25,000 for moderate, which means we can't afford a massive bonus or just no bonuses. Well, unlike certain companies, I'm not a greedy little fucker, so I'm just gonna be generous and give away $75,000 essentially, and just pretty much split it evenly between everybody. So I'll take it. There you go. And there we have it. Executive decision. Good. And that is our 4th career win For the team, at least, in the books. Oh, so damn good, bro. So damn good. Top step of the again. Standing achievement and a testament to the team's hard work and dedication. Yes, sir. And he is also the 9th driver to hit triple digits in the fucking points, which is oh so amazing. It is just amazing. Okay, team stats, 8 podium finishes, and out of those, in half of those podium finishes, 4 of them are race wins, which is actually really, really nice. Oof. I get the feeling we're gonna get a fastest lap at some point and get a pole position at some point as well. I think we're gonna get there. I think we'll get there. If and when, though, I have no idea. I just know we're going to. Yeah, morale is high everywhere. I got quite a bit of resource points, as a matter of fact, so probably pour that into something, which might be aerodynamics. Well, probably add another engine upgrade into the mix. Probably do ERS cooling. Do that, and that'll be on for season 2. And damn, if I had just enough, I'd do the improved energy store cell positioning, but I can't, which sucks. I think I could do a durability upgrade though. Maybe not. Actually, no, I can't. MGUH reliability testing. I can do that one, so we'll do that. And there we go. There's both of those. So aerodynamics, powertrain, MGUH currently being researched. We are now ahead of Sauber and V-Carb, which is actually really, really nice. That means I think one of our parts came in. I think chassis still waiting on powertrain. One of them got adapted, which is nice, and durability, pretty good. Let's go ahead and do cylinder heads next. We'll adapt that part, and then once the next 3 days come by, we'll do the stators, and then hopefully right before Abu Dhabi, we'll do cylinder head, and then, or the cylinder heads will be adapted, and ECU will be able to get in. And these are the last 2 parts that we need to get adapted, which they'll come in right before Qatar anyways. However, aerodynamic-wise, I probably should have done an aerodynamic upgrade, but I have one being researched already right now, but yeah. These should maybe be coming in, maybe not actually. I think they come in after Qatar, I think. But yeah, so both our drivers both have the same amount of parts. We're not the worst team on the grid anymore. Yeah, Red Bull, I think, might suffer because of the amount of upgrades they have on their car and might not being able to adapt. I'm curious if this, like, regulation change is really going to affect anybody. I mean, we'll see, but I don't know, man. I don't know. It's saying I got something new. Is it something chassis related? It's probably some... Or is it just being stupid? It's just being stupid. Yeah, it has the exclamation mark, but it's like, I can't do anything. It's like, I don't know what it wants me to do. Like, can't add anything. I can't do anything else. But, yeah, whatever. Oh, I forgot I had this for personnel. Pit crew training, level 2. That is actually why our pit crew didn't fail a stop last race, because their training is now higher. And then corporate, we got sponsor negotiation team and outreach group, level 1 and level 2, which is actually pretty cool. So now we have 10 million in the bank. I might wait out getting more upgrades and wait for maybe like for season 2 to do that. Because yeah, now everything for personnel is phase 2. Corporate still has a couple phase 1s. Engineering has 1 phase 1. So now that I think about it, I'll do the last... I'll do these last... Nah, no, I don't want to do those last 2. I think we'll wait, because I want to be able to guarantee that we can get drivers on for next season, so probably best to save our money for the time being. And then here, we'll do victory celebration. Should we do that? Well, I wish I could do victory celebration as well, but I can only do one or the other. So, I mean, total sponsor loyalty, yeah, do podium celebration, which will be nice. And then fan outreach, because why not? A little bit more fans we can get, closer to fan rating level 3 we can get to as well. And that'll be nice. So, that'll be it, though. So, that'll do it for me today, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you all enjoyed the video. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe, and hit the notification below for some more. Next race is the Qatar Grand Prix, the final sprint race weekend of the season. And we're going to see how that all kind of goes. But thank you all so much for watching. Thank you all so much for being here. And now we're just going to look towards the final 2 races of the season and end it off with a bang. So thank you guys so much. I'll see you all in the next one. Have a great day. We love you so very much. And goodbye.